All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We're unfortunately talking about the Las Vegas Raiders in tonight's video. I'm going to keep it a buck with you guys because you guys deserve it, and everyone sees the writing on the wall here. What the F is going on? Like, literally, what is going on? Whether it's your head coach, Antonio Pierce, whether it's Max Crosby pushing and shoving his coaches, whether it's Davante Adams, who hasn't played in a while due to injury, but the, assumption across the entire National Football League is that Davante Adams will be traded. It's a matter of if, or sorry, it's a matter of when, not if. Luke Getsy, no one really understood that signing when it happened. I've got my wide receiver number one out. I've got one of the fastest dudes in the NFL, and Trey Tucker got 2 targets today. Aiden O'Connell's stat line, and I thought Aiden O'Connell should have been the day one starter the entire summer and the first 5 weeks of the regular season, and I still stand by that, even though the Raiders lost 32-13 at home. I'm using air quotes here. Why was the team moved to Vegas? I don't think any Raiders. I actually feel 100% certain making this comment. I don't think a true Oakland Raider fan, and by I mean a single Raiders fan, wanted this move to happen. I literally don't think there's a single one. Every game feels like a road game. I mean, there are boots on the ground here this afternoon, and Steelers fans do travel well. There are teams that travel well. There are teams that don't necessarily. You're at home, and it's like a 70% Steeler. They got the terrible towels flying everywhere. And you got like 30% Raiders fans at home. And to Raiders fans' credit, why would you want to watch this live? Let's rant. All right, welcome back to the channel. We're talking about the Raiders. Hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily Raiders content if you guys even freaking want that. I'm being a little bit over dramatic. Obviously, it's not the end of the world. I do think Antonio Pierce should be fired. I don't think he will get fired. I'm not necessarily trying to point fingers here because you look on the field, offense and defense, I don't know if anyone even wants to be there. It's just an absolute dumpster fire. Hopefully I'm being a little over dramatic and it's not as bad as it seemed. That was really bad. That was almost as bad as they come. Sorry, I gotta take that sin out. Hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily Raiders content. Like we said, if we try and get this video to 100 likes, folks, that would mean the world to me. I don't even know where to begin. I really don't. Antonio Pierce is kind of like this hype man, right? And he's got this defensive-oriented mindset, defensive-oriented scheme. At this point, I don't know what he's doing. I feel like the locker room is completely lost, and it's really annoying because it's like, guys like Davante Adams, Max Crosby want these guys there. Max Crosby said, I'm requesting a trade if Antonio Pierce is not my head coach this season. And, myself, along with most Raiders fans, were like, all right, I liked what Antonio Pierce did, 5-4 as the interim head coach. And this year, it's like, does anyone even situational coaching? There's nothing there. There's nothing there. And it makes me feel like Antonio Pierce is a glorified hype man right now. Feels like the locker room is completely lost. I would say fire Luke Getsy, but I don't know who's playing, who's calling the plays. We don't even know who the quarterback is on a week-to-week basis. The running back room's in shambles. Zamir White, to me, is clearly the RB1. Madison this afternoon for back-to-back weeks, 14 carries, 33 yards, and a touchdown. Averaged under 2.5 yards per carry, averaged 2.4 yards per carry. Amir Abdullah, 2 fumbles. One of them was lost. Why are you even playing if you... 2 fumbles in one football game is unbelievable. Dylan Labe, dating back to preseason, his last 2 carries have been fumbles. And I'm not trying to rag on the rookie here because it's a rookie going up against the top 5 defense in the NFL and the Pittsburgh Steelers. But like, TJ Watt almost won this game for Pittsburgh. And I actually really kind of like the Steelers. And I like watching Steelers Raiders play football. I think it's just like classic football. Justin Fields didn't have a good football game throwing the ball. And any opportunity where the door was ajar or the door was wide open, the Raiders just shot themselves in the foot. And I will say, to Raiders' credit, the refs, I feel like I'm playing 2 opponents every week. And I just don't feel that way watching all the other 31 teams in the National Football League. There were countless plays. You could make a 10-minute video after every Raiders game of where calls went bad or where calls went wrong. And I get it. Especially like defensive pass interference, holding, like you win some, you lose some. Refs call games differently. situations matter, whatever. I don't care. I hate blaming the refs, and the refs didn't lose this football game, but the refs, once again, for the 6th straight week and multiple different years, didn't help. But I just feel this weird thing when I watch the Raiders as far as refs go, that it's like there feels like there's this like vendetta against this team. But I gotta say, I hate being in Vegas. I really do. I liked it in theory. Don't want to get away from Oakland, but like, in theory, it seemed like, okay, I don't have a say in this. Raiders fans don't have a say in this. Mark Davis wants it, so he's moving to Vegas. All right, let's adapt. Let's live with it. Let's try to accept it. And now a couple of years in, it's like, what the hell's going on here? You're playing an away game 17 times a year. It's just actually crazy. But once again, Raiders fans credit. I don't want to watch this game live. I'm sitting here in Tampa, Florida. Just got Wi-Fi today. I don't want to be at this football game. What's there to see? Aiden O'Connell, 27 of 40, 227 yards, a touchdown and interception. The stats don't seem that bad. Unfortunately, it was outside of maybe the first quarter. Brock Bowers kind of remains like one of the lone bright spots about this offense. I would, no matter who the coach is, no matter who the quarterback is, no matter if Devontae or Crosby are on this team at the end of the season, which honestly I think both will, that's maybe a hot take, but I'd go all offense. Like literally, like 80% of this upcoming draft, I would just focus everywhere on offense. Like literally everywhere on offense. DJ Turner had a couple of nice catches. Madison actually had a couple of nice catches. Offense, there's just nothing to speak of. Abdullah, 2 fumbles, 1 lost. Lobby with a fumble lost. Morig's good. Spillane's good. Hobbs is good. Palomalu's good. Diablo's back. He's good. Crosby's great. The defense is not the issue. Obviously, if you score 13 points in a football game, you're losing it. College level, NFL level, 2010 era, it doesn't matter. You're scoring 13 points, you're literally losing the game. But, the scoreboard, like I'll even use the last couple of losses as an example. The Raiders lost 34-18. This afternoon, they lost 32-13. Against Carolina, they lost 36-22. And against Los Angeles in week 1, lost 22-10. All of those are double digits. And all of those games, I'm not saying the Raiders should have won all 4 of those games and the Raiders should be 6-0 and the best team in the NFL, but the scores should not be that skewed. Like they really shouldn't. It's just coming down to the Raiders not executing. And a lot of it's the simple, small stuff. And that's why the blame, in my opinion, I hate putting blame on people. I think it should be right on Antonio Pierce. And so if you want to save the season, I would fire Antonio Pierce right now, actually tonight, but obviously I'm being over dramatic. I would fire Antonio Pierce next week, and when the Raiders ultimately lose next week, I would certainly fire him then. Change needs to come, top to bottom. I'm a little defeated. I know you guys are too, so maybe this video is a little over dramatic, but whatever. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily Raiders content. We'll see you probably tomorrow. Peace. Give me rant down below. Just rant. Thank you. Peace.